Are uncomfortable emotions bad? Hi, I'm Dr. McBride. I work a lot with my clients around their emotions. But just because you're having an emotion that is maybe a little uncomfortable doesn't mean it's bad, right? So there really are no good or bad feelings. And that's the first thing we need to get out of the way. Now, the second thing is to ask ourselves, is this uncomfortable emotion that I'm having healthy or unhealthy? Is it adaptive or not adaptive? I have a three-pronged test that I like to talk about, which is a sameness, temporariness, and growth. Yes, I get it. I made up some words, but I think it's important to be able to use some words to be able to talk about how others might experience the same situation. The sameness test is simply, would other people feel the same way? Like if you got 100 people in a room and they were in exactly the same position you were in, would they have the same feelings, more or less? Majority maybe rules, right? 51% or greater. The temporariness, right? Is this emotion something that is going away, or am I stuck in it? Am I living in this or reliving it? And growth. Can I take something out of this uncomfortable experience and grow as a person? For example, if I have a bridge phobia and I'm terrified of driving over bridges and I get into a room, there are going to be some people in that room of 100 people, let's say, that are terrified of driving over bridges, right? That is a thing. But would the majority of people be afraid of that? Of course not. It doesn't meet the sameness test. But if I feel heartbroken about my grandmother just passing, and I got 100 people in the room in my same situation where they lost their grandmother, a good number of them are going to feel pretty heartbroken about the loss of someone maybe important in their life. Temporariness, right? If you are living and stuck in the emotion and you wake up day after day and you're just crippled with the anxiety of, I might have to go over a bridge today, and how do I figure out how to avoid this? And I'm doing this for maybe more than weeks and months, but even years on end, it starts to fail the temporariness test. If we talk about, let's say, grief and grandma, and we check back in on that person and they're like, yeah, it was really sad, but I'm certainly not grieving at the level that I once was, then we would see that emotion is fading. And it doesn't have to be in that 90-second window, although a lot of intense emotions really last about 90 seconds. But over time, these emotions do tend to dissipate too as we experience them in those waves. And growth, right? What do I learn? What do I do because of this? I've realized that I had something really scary happen when I was driving over a bridge, and I'm terrified of bridges. So am I ready to then challenge that fear and engage in some therapeutic activity around that? That would be growth. I will tell you that the grief of my grandmother has fundamentally changed me. And I think probably even before losing my grandmother, this is about 15 years ago, I do things even now in her honor, right? That I have grown as a person because she was a part of my life. So my three-pronged test, sameness, temporariness, and growth, do your uncomfortable emotions, meet those three, and it must be all three, then perhaps they are healthy emotions, even if they are uncomfortable. This is kind of a long video. Drop me a line in the comments. Let me know what you think.